Okay.
This young lady who's joined us today. This is who's our boss, really, I suppose. She's the lady who's responsible for getting sporting memories.
Morning, Richard. Sorry, we're just the Zoom meeting is just about starting. It is as we speak.
Mute him, Keith.
Oh, I see. But yeah. Well,
Who's
that's
ruled that,
fine.
John Longstaff?
That's him muted. So this is the young lady who's responsible for getting sporting memories into the libraries at Crystal Peaks and Manor, and maybe other places as well that I don't know about. But she's the boss. So make sure that you behave yourselves. I know you always do, but make sure you behave yourselves.
But I just say I can't believe that you always behave yourselves. I think that's just not going to happen at all. So please behave as you normally would, because I'm sure it's as it should be. For those who don't know, my name's Sandra Gocher. I'm the manager at Crystal Peaks Library. I'm sorry it's took me so long to join you, but I've been hearing great things about the Zoom meetings. I've been checking out your, all the links that you've been sending. And I've had a lot of interest from different people about the group and about it going online. So a big, thanks for keeping it going to all of you who've kept it going. We really want to, along with all the other groups, invite you back into the library. I have to be honest and say to you that much as I really love working for the council does work quite slowly, and they work incredibly hard to protect both members of the public and their employees. Right. So I've just been saying to staff, even though things change on the 19th of July, at this moment in time, I'm unaware of what changes we will be making, if any, as a council-run service. But trust me, as soon as I know where we are and what's happening, even with the room downstairs, but bearing in mind, the room downstairs at this moment in time can only seat 11. You can only have 11 in. I know. That massive room downstairs, and they had it checked for a risk assessment, and there are 11 desks in there, and 11 people can sit in there, and that's an enormous room. So it's kind of, as soon as I hear anything, please, I know that you've got a meeting arranged and you're going to Bayton, and that's fantastic. I'm really pleased for you. But from my point of view, it'd be great to have you back. Let's move forward, and I will keep in touch and let you know what's happening.
Yeah.
And lovely to see you all. Great to see everybody.
Yeah.
Faces mature and new.
Talking about mature.
Perhaps
I'll see about that in the next 40 minutes.
I would put him in front of mature.
Perhaps we should meet at Wembley, then we could get 67,000 of us in the room.
Yeah.
Plus, those getting without paying.
Well, if we were to meet at Wembley, Jonathan Strange, who's on the call today, we could go to his house because
Tea and biscuits.
But I don't think 67,000 of you, though.
no, Jonathan actually lives at Wembley. So,
wow.
Yeah, I'm
So
just
is-
over the hill from the stadium. Yeah, literally 10 or 11 minutes walk to a seat in the stadium. Yeah.
So you could hear it all happening over the
Oh
weekend.
yes, yeah. I can go out and I go down to the park, which is sort of 200-300 yards into the middle of the park, and I can hear everything. And so you can imagine from here, and I look out of my bathroom window, and I can see the arch, and I can see it changing colour.
Wow.
No, it's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Are the people from, sorry, Keith, are there other people from around the country, or are the other people from Sheffield, apart from Jonathan in Wembley?
I'm from a very strange place called Nottinghamshire.
Oh, right, okay, down south.
But I got special dispensation to join the elite.
Excellent.
more significant, he's from Retford in Nottingham.
Oh, right.
It's all downhill now.
So, Colin, where are you from, Colin?
Yeah, I'm a Retfordian, but live in Cambridgeshire.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah.
Yeah. And
And then,
of course, Ian's in Oxford. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith Jackson, where are you from, Keith?
Oh, a little place called Rampton. We've got a famous house near us.
I know exactly. I know where that is actually. Yeah.
That's a worry, isn't it? When you go every Friday lunchtime it goes off. Once a month on a Friday, it goes off.
Right. Where's he disappeared to now?
I don't know, but just enjoy it.
We just have a rhubarb delivered.
Just had your rhubarb delivered.
Is that a euphemism?
Hope we didn't have to force it.
Is that a euphemism? Oh, dear.
One of the guys has got his own allotment and he's got loads and loads of rhubarb and he's just brought us.
Very nice.
I love it. So, and then,
Goes with my tribe.
yes. And then on top of that, we've got Peter and Mike, who are from, you both live indoor, dear?
Yeah. That's it.
Well, most of us live indoors.
Indoor or outdoor, yeah.
And I think you know everybody else from either Crystal Peaks or the Manor.
I think I do. I recognise faces. Yeah. All looking as fabulous as usual.
Yeah.
Flatterer.
Now put the visual on.
So we'll crack on and we'll start off with John. Have you got any news of the group?
A little bit. I mean, as Sandra alluded to earlier on, we've started meetings at Bayton Lifestyle Centre last week, and it's bang next to the home where Ed is ensconced at Knoll Hill. So the 13 of us got together last Wednesday morning at Lifestyle Centre, had a great time, and 15 minutes into the meeting, when we'd got the car park doors open, because it was so hot, the doors into the car park, Ed was rolling down the hill in his wheelchair, being pushed by a nice young girl. So he got a round of applause, a standing round of applause, as she parked him in the doorway. So it was great to see Ed, who stayed with us for an hour, and hopefully, well, weather permitting, we can do the same with him tomorrow. I've just had a phone call from Richard saying he'll be late tomorrow because he's having his hair cut. Got to report in things like that, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. It's vital.
Yeah. Having my hair cut, John, is that all right? Yeah. Anyway, so not a lot to report back, but the meeting, it's good to get face-to-face contact again. Not that we were kissing, but I don't mean that sort of face-to-face contact.
You got near me, John?
Yeah, I got near you, too uncomfortably close to you, mate. Yeah. So that's it.
Okay,
Well done, mate.
right. And right, before I say this, we are about to move swiftly on to Lol's news of the week.
News of the week.
News of the week.
News of the week.
Hang on, Lol. Hang on.
Whoa.
QVD.
A little birdie has told me that as of next week, Lol is back doing his badminton on Tuesday mornings.
All right.
Correct. So
You can't do that.
doors going again. Sorry.
No, I know.
How you gonna
I think I know
know?
who the little bird was, John.
Yeah, it was me, because Keith, after you'd phoned me, and I said there's no need to bother telling Keith because you'll see him tomorrow morning. Keith then phoned me about other stuff, and I'm afraid it came out that you were playing badminton on Tuesday morning.
Well, I run it and organise it, you see.
Yeah.
Last night I was after Boris confirmed it, I emailed everybody who plays and goes down to the centre, and I've had about 12 responses already to say they're all going to come back. So I'm in charge.
So
we
At
can
least I can see all the happy
so-
You
faces
look a
there
bit
when
like
they know they're
Bruce
not going to get any
Forsyth.
loot.
Well,
Come.
Lord, we can wire you up and put a camera on. You know, they put cameras and horses and things. So while you're playing, can you read at the same time? You know, No problem really for us, is it?
Yeah.
Not at all.
So-
Just ambition, Lol.
Yeah, so Lol, is this your last news of the week?
I was just going to announce that before the main news. I've got my news and you know it now.
Okay, so,
So this
Josh,
should be a
Shelby,
3-hour special.
and lady, would anyone else like to volunteer to do the sporting news of the week for us? So,
Well,
Lots of
I'll
glum
give it a
faces.
try, Keith.
you what, sorry?
I'll give it a go.
Good
Right,
lad,
there we
Dave.
go.
Good lad.
Well done,
Well,
Dave.
Dave,
Well done, Dave.
Hey, Dave, well done, mate.
thank you.
Yeah.
So,
You're going to have your face and your head shaved, though, so we can't tell the difference for Lol.
Flipping heck. I resign.
Tough act to
so
follow.
Lol,
Tough act to follow.
It's a bit extreme.
yeah, so Lol, we will now move on to Lol's news of the week.
News of the week.
News of the week.
Well, I might be back if Boris changes his mind. You never know. Up to yesterday, he was saying it was irreversible. Yesterday, he said it hopes it's irreversible. So it could lock down again, and I'll be back.
Oh, no.
No, I can see all the smiling faces now. No, it's all been on tennis. There's quite a lot on tennis. Now, Roger Federer says he really doesn't know if he will play at Wimbledon again after losing to Poland's Hubert Hurkacz in the quarterfinals. 8-time champion Federer, who turns 40 next month, looked totally out of sorts as he lost 3 sets to love, with the last set being 6-love. The first time he's ever lost to love in a set at Wimbledon. It was sad seeing such a great champion lose in the way that he did. And afterwards he said, "Of course I would like to play it again, but at my age, you never know what is around the corner. I will talk to my team and go from there. See what I need to do to get in better shape and be more competitive." Did anybody watch that?
Yeah.
Very sad.
It was sad. It was
Very
just doing
sad.
silly.
Yeah, it was sad and uplifting at the same time.
Cat, Chris?
Is it it's the only cat worth having?
Yeah.
It's an handicap.
Yeah, I did think the standing ovation of the centre court at 5-0 down, 2 sets down, was one of the most touching things I've seen in sport for a while.
Yep.
It's just what people just wanted to say thank you, and they may not see you again. I thought it was a fantastic ovation of a great man.
Yeah.
Been a lot more popular champion than Djokovic.
Who? Who? The phrase "same breath" comes to mind.
Yeah.
I agree, Chris.
John, thank you for that.
I think Djokovic gets some hard press. I mean,
Maybe he earns it.
I thought he spoke very well actually after the final. In fact, I could speak Serbian as well as he speaks English. I'll be quizzing. It's good going.
Sometimes do.
Not sure I'd want to bother speaking Serbian.
Yeah, but can he speak Bulgarian like Mick? Yeah.
No, nobody can speak Bulgarian like Mick. Nobody can give answers with no questions.
Lol will no doubt give it a try when he comes up with some of the names.
Yep. Yep.
Go on there,
We'll
Lol.
carry on with tennis and carry on about Djokovic.
Yeah.
The defending champion Novak Djokovic needed all his experience and quality to beat Canadian Denis Shapovalov to reach the men's final at Wimbledon. 22-year-old Shapovalov played superbly for the most part, but Djokovic claimed the key moments on his way to a 3-sets-to-love win. In the other semi-final, 25-year-old Matteo Berrettini became the first Italian to reach a Wimbledon men's final as he beat Poland's Hubert Hurkacz 3-1 in dominant fashion. Now, I said he's the first one to get to a Wimbledon final, but who was the last Italian to reach a Grand Slam final anywhere in tennis? Does anybody know?
Panatta.
Panatta, that's correct. You know where it was and when?
1955.
No, he's later.
No, no, it's much more recently.
Would get
Roland Garros, he won the
Paris.
title, Roland Garros in 1976.
Where, lol? Where?
Panota in that a sandwich.
Paris, Roland Garros.
Like Panini.
Oh, right, that's it.
Oh no, they're a set of stickers.
Right, now Ashley Barty won her maiden Wimbledon title as she beat Carolina Pliskova in a nervy final to become the first Australian women's champion for 41 years. Barty won the first 14 points of the match to take early charge in a 2-1 victory on the 50th anniversary of idol Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley's maiden win at Wimbledon. Now in the men's final, Novak
Right.
Djokovic won his sixth.
Well,
Hello.
well, who did she beat?
Oh, Carolina Pliskova.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it.
And for John, lol, for John,
Hello.
Barty was wearing a dress to the same pattern as Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley. Thought,
Yeah.
I'd like to know that. It wasn't a pantomime
you.
dress, but it was a dress.
Thank
on-
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
For what it-
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I had the pleasure of seeing Ashley Barty playing a final at Nottingham 2 years ago, and she was making her way back, having had a break for cricket, and she was awesome. And you thought, if that lady continues to progress, she will go extremely far. And you just remember that vague memory, and then you see her as world #1 winning Wimbledon.
Yeah.
She's
She
a.
was making her way back after a break for cricket.
Yeah, she played 2 years of Big Bash cricket to
Oh,
have a
did
break
she?
from 10. Oh yeah, she was very successful.
Very
Jane.
good.
Very successful. She's a very fine cricketer, lady cricketer in Australia. But she wanted to play with other team members. She wanted to be in a team.
Yeah.
So she had a break, played for 2 years, and then came back
Fantastic.
and fought her way to #1. So, yeah.
Well, it was a chance game, wasn't it, Chris? That she was
It's
saying.
all-
A friend of hers said, "Can you come and
Where are
play
you going?
tennis with us?"
Have you got to see me?
Sorry.
Right.
Can't quite hear you. Sorry.
It was a chance meeting with a friend who said, "Can
Was
you
it?
come play tennis with us?" And her friend, who was an accomplished player, said, "You're not bad, you know. You need to take it back up again." And she got the-
Yeah. Well, she was a junior champion and stopped playing.
yeah.
It's quite a story. And she seems, when you hear her speak, she seems a very calm and educated, intelligent young lady. So good luck to her.
I think they all are now. I mean, the interesting thing I got from Wimbledon this year, apart from some fabulous tennis, and there really were some very good games, is they all are teams. They're not individual players anymore.
That's right.
They all have
Yeah.
4 or 5 in the team. And the first thing they say is, "I've got to thank my team," or what have you. And you can see, when they win, the first reaction is to go and see all the team members and what have you. It's a business. It really is a business.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the downside was that because the bubble is that much bigger, it cost Conte Wimbledon
Yeah.
because she just brought a new coach in and the bubble didn't work and she
17 seats.
couldn't play. So, but I agree with you, John. Ian, sorry, it's a modern day phenomena that there is a team behind each player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Now we're going to the men's final. And Novak Djokovic won his 6th Wimbledon title to equal Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal's record of 20 men's Grand Slam victories, after fighting back to beat Italy's Matteo Berrettini. The 34-year-old Serb won 3-1 in front of a 15,000 passionate and vocal crowd on centre court. 7th seed Berrettini received loud backing but could not maintain his advantage in his first major final. Top seed Djokovic has now won all 3 men's Grand Slam titles this year, which is some going.
It's a fabulous
Now going to
final.
cricket.
I had a lot of money on Berrettini about 3 weeks ago, so I was really chuffed with the result.
There's one for the future.
Yeah.
Indeed, he's a very fine player. Yeah.
Cricket. A depleted and inexperienced England thrashed Pakistan by 9 wickets for a stunning win in their first ODI in Cardiff. After a COVID outbreak forced the hosts to name an entirely new squad, England picked 5 debutants and bowled Pakistan out for 141. Thanks to an unbroken partnership of 120 by Yorkshire's David Malan and Zach Crawley, England reached their target in only 21.5 overs. England comfortably beat Pakistan by 52 runs at Lord's in the second ODI to clinch the 3-match series with a game to spare. After a rain delay, the match was reduced to 47 overs a side, and England, batting first, recovered from 160 for 7 to 247 all out. In their innings, Pakistan slumped to 86 for 5, from which they couldn't recover and were all out for 195. And the last game is today at Edgbaston, weather permitting.
Noel, you said that about the rain delay. The forecast was appalling for all day at Lord's, and I didn't see a spot of rain after sort of 10:30 in the morning. It was incredible.
Yeah.
And we've managed to play a 47 over game.
Yep.
I mean, on the strength of that forecast, you'd have been lucky to have seen a ball bowled at all.
Yeah.
Jonathan,
Yeah.
you'll be pleased to know I went to Headingley yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, and then came home. and the previous game I went to watch was reduced to a T7.
You're joking. Really?
I watched a T7.
Yeah.
Dear.
So I can only say to you, if we've got a plan to watch a game together sometime, I think you better cancel my ticket on your, for your sake. my record at the moment is atrocious.
Doesn't sound very good. So make sure when you come in August that you bring some good weather. Yeah.
I'll be trying, Jonathan.
You need to get out to Barbados, Chris. Back to Barbados.
I wish.
Yeah.
I've got
Chris,
tickets to Yorkshire at Scarborough at end of July. What's the forecast?
End of July. End of July.
Forecast good for the end of July, Paul.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
that's
good.
all right then.
Yeah, but they're probably playing it
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah, it'll get switched to Headingley. I'm a Scarborough member, so don't get me going.
T7, was it the Yorkshire versus Nottinghamshire game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
Nottinghamshire did it in 3 point something overs.
It was a shambles. Yorkshire were an absolute shambles. They brought a second team, basically. They were dreadful.
Right. Okay.
Right, just to finish off on cricket, if you thought Jeff Boycott could bat, South African batsman Hashim Amla battled and batted all through the final day to make just 37 runs off 278 balls, which is over 46 overs, to ensure that Surrey got a draw against Hampshire. Surviving being dropped on 30, he showed incredible powers of concentration and patience to frustrate Hampshire. So that would have been a good day to watch, wouldn't it?
Brilliant innings. Brilliant.
Yep.
Absolutely brilliant. It's what cricket's all about. Brilliant.
It's not that that's his normal style either.
No.
No, right.
There's no I in team.
No, but there is a me.
Oh, we're nip on to golf. Let's bit on golf. The former Masters and US Open champion, Angel Cabrera, has been sentenced to 2 years in prison in his native Argentina for assaulting a former girlfriend. 51-year-old Cabrera was convicted in the province of Cordoba for assaulting, threatening and harassing his former partner between 2016 and 18.
Is this Crime Watch or Sporting Memories?
He denied any wrongdoing, and his lawyer said Cabrera will appeal, and he began serving his sentence immediately after the verdict. Thought I'd just put that one in.
Thank you.
Oh,
Very
Looks like
nice.
Crime Watch, John.
Pardon?
I say it looks like Crime Watch. This one.
Yeah.
John's been on Crime Watch. They're still looking for him.
The Masters champion, Hideki Matsuyama, has withdrawn from next week's Open Championship after testing positive for coronavirus. The 29-year-old from Japan has been self-isolating since the positive test during the Rocket Mortgage Challenge on the 2nd of July. I'm feeling fine, but I haven't been able to practice, said Matsuyama. Another player to pull out next week is two-time Masters winner Bubba Watson, again due to a close contact testing positive for COVID.
Well, I think Zach Johnson's had to pull out the same as well.
Oh, well, yeah. Now, a little bit on athletics. Now, UK Athletics has confirmed that Tony Minicello, who guided Jessica Ennis-Hill to Olympic success, has been suspended from coaching. The 55-year-old is the subject of a number of complaints, and his coaching licence has been revoked, pending an investigation. UKA says it has been made aware that Minicello was seen coaching athletes in Sheffield, breaching his suspension, and has now made the decision to publicly announce his ban. Anybody know about that?
Do now.
Quiet. You do
I
now.
read it. Yeah.
Now,
I
a little
work
bit
with
on
him at
boxing.
Hillsborough Job Centre.
Let's bit on boxing. Now, the trilogy fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder in Las Vegas on the 24th of July has been postponed after the Briton tested positive for COVID. A source close to Fury told BBC Sport that the WBC World Heavyweight Champion was deeply frustrated by the situation. Fury tested positive last Thursday, and afterwards, discussions with medical experts, the fight was called off. It is now likely to be rescheduled for October, with Wilder's manager, Shelley Finkel, saying Deontay is disappointed. Oh.
Yeah, he's had a few positive tests in the past, hasn't he, Fury? Nothing to do with coronavirus, though.
But you raise an interesting point, Paul. Do you think it was COVID? Do you think he really did test positive for COVID?
Well, as I say, he's had a few
He's an interesting
positive tests.
character, isn't he?
Yeah, yes, I think so. I'm not so sure they should be allowed to box at all, but never mind.
Yeah.
No.
He
A
doesn't
bit more on
box, he fights.
boxing. It's a bit of a sad item on boxing. Eubank's son, Sebastian, has died days before his 30th birthday, his father's representatives have said. Sebastian had followed in his dad's footsteps and became a professional boxer. The former British middleweight Eubank said he and his family are devastated to hear of his son's death in Dubai, where he has lived. Now, a bit on cycling. Now, Britain's Mark Cavendish has made history in the Tour de France by equaling Belgium great Eddie Merckx's record of 34 stage wins. He won the sprint into Carcassonne by a few inches ahead of teammate Michael Moorcock, while fellow Briton Simon Yates abandoned the race following a crash in which several riders fell down a ravine. It's what I dreamed of as a kid. I've worked so hard for it.
Falling down a ravine.
Falling down a ravine, yes.
I've always wanted to fall down a ravine.
Yeah. Well, where have we got to now?
What colour
Mixed
shoes did you
martial
get for
arts.
falling down a ravine? The black one.
Yeah, a very dirty one.
Yeah.
Right, mixed martial arts. Now, Conor McGregor was sensationally
What?
defeated
No.
No.
for the second time in 2 fights after breaking his leg at UFC 264 on Saturday night in Las Vegas. The 32-year-old Irishman was stopped after the first round against the former interim lightweight champion Dustin Poirier. Replays showed his ankle rolling over as he stepped backwards seconds before the end of the round, and the fight was stopped by his doctors, who handed Poirier a second straight win in their trilogy. This is not over, McGregor said afterwards.
Well, it is.
He has promised to return better than ever after having surgery on a clean break of the tibia.
Okay.
You're complaining about martial arts, Chris, but I think that tackle in
No,
the
mixed martial Mixed
Oh,
one.
mixed lot, okay.
It's licensed thuggery,
It's just not sport.
not sport. No.
No, it's not sport.
Let's have dustbin emptying. next week.
Right,
Oh, lol.
little bit on horse racing. Now, Galileo, the world's most sought after racehorse sire, has died at the age of 23.
Wow.
Winner of the 2001 Derby at Epsom, the horse was father to numerous champions, including the legendary Frankel.
He died happy
Owners-
then.
Yeah.
He died happy.
Owners, he did.
Oh,
Exhausted.
Owners Coolmore Stud announced he was put to sleep on humane grounds owing to a chronic, non-responsive, debilitating injury to the left forefoot. It's a very sad day, said Coolmore owner John Magnier.
John,
So,
you joke, but on Ascot week, I was watching it, as background, and this girl in the ring is reviewing all the horses and what have you, and they come up with the caption, "Sired by Galileo."
Yeah.
And I think, God, they're overworking this horse. Poor thing. Every single horse, bar one or two, was sired by Galileo. Incredible. In the whole meet.
Yeah. The Boris Johnson of the horse world.
Yes.
But Galileo showed more promise, to be honest.
right,
Sorry, Lol. Carry on.
we'll nip onto a bit of football to finish.
no.
Oh dear.
Don't
Oh,
worry,
dear.
let's talk
Oh,
about the
dear.
Euros just now.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, no.
Right, we'll go on a serious bit again to begin with. Now, known as a gentle giant, former Chesterfield goal-scoring legend Ernie Moss has passed away
Oh,
at
is
the age
he?
of 71.
Yes.
Oh, good player. Good player.
He had lived-
Very good player.
He had lived more than 15 years with Pick's disease, a form of dementia similar to Alzheimer's.
Oh dear.
He developed the symptoms in his 50s, and his illness soon robbed him of the ability to work, and eventually he couldn't even communicate with people.
That's terrible.
He also caught coronavirus in 2019, and he had beaten the disease by the end of May last year. So a sad story there.
Very sad.
Very, very sad.
Passed away at the same time, about the same time as Len Badger.
Yeah. Very sad.
Another player to pass away was former England striker Paul Mariner, who won the FA Cup and UEFA Cup with Ipswich Town. He died at the age of 68. Mariner began his league career at Plymouth Argyle, and he also played for Arsenal and Portsmouth. He made 35 appearances for England, scoring 13 goals. He passed away peacefully last Friday after a brief battle with a brain cancer. Now,
Sounds a good player. Very good player.
Yes, it
Now,
was.
Derby County and Sheffield Wednesday, they will start next season on the same points mark as all their rivals after receiving suspended points deductions. Assuming they comply with the EFL rules on the payment of their players, both will escape any immediate points penalties. Championship side Derby have accepted a suspended 3-point penalty
That's good.
to be
enough.
implemented only if the club fail to pay their players before the 30th of June next year. Relegated Wednesday, they've accepted a suspended 6-point deduction, and Derby are also under a transfer embargo, whereas the Owls are not. So Wednesday's got a year to pay it, yeah.
Over the weekend, we've acquired 4 players whose names I find unpronounceable. It reminds me of the worst name I'd got in the past was John Besweatherwick.
Will shirt income be up for the name letters on the back of the shirts? Have they gone for increase in income?
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
It's a good idea.
Right. Now, the Football Association has been fined €30,000 for 3 incidents during England's semi-final win over Denmark, including a laser pointer being shone on Kasper Schmeichel's face. TV pictures showed a green light on the Danish goalkeeper's face just before Harry Kane took a penalty in extra time. The fine by UEFA was also for disturbances during the national anthems and fireworks being set off in the ground. Now, Lionel Messi ended his wait for a first major international title as in Argentina beat Brazil in the Copa America final in Rio's Maracana Stadium. 34-year-old Messi finally claimed top-level honours with his country in his 10th major tournament with them, while Argentina won their first Copa America in 28 years. Angel Di Maria scored the only goal of the game to win the match with a superb lob. Hello.
Stop you there with less than a minute to go. Sandra, are you coming back on for the second half? Or no, you mute.
Oh, do you know, what's it all about? I'm on mute. Yes, I'd love to come back for the second half. I didn't look at my email. Is the link further down? Are they both on that email?
Yes.
Further down, yeah. Right,
Yeah.
so we'll end this session. We'll see you in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Lovely.
Well done, Lol.
Yeah, well done.
Leave.